Okay, so this is the second video for lesson 4, and this is going to be a review of what we did a lot of last year, really, when we were looking at different kinds of functions, and that's analyzing a function's increasing and decreasing behavior. So every time we were analyzing a graph, we always included the increasing and decreasing intervals. And a reminder of the way that we do this is you go from left to right. And as you move from left to right, a function can be increasing, decreasing, or remain constant on certain intervals. So the way you do this, again, you go from left to right, like you're reading a book. You're reading the y values. So you're looking at the y values, you're saying, okay, am I going up? Am I going down? Am I staying the same? And then you're writing the x values. Okay, so looking at the y values, what are the y's doing? And then we write the intervals in terms of the x values. So if you look at this example here, the function on the right, again, we're going to analyze this graph from left to right. So as I go from left to right, it's increasing. But on what interval is it increasing? Well, I'm going to write the x values. It looks like I'm starting at negative infinity, and I'm going to here. This is where I stop increasing, is right here. And that point has a x value, again, I'm writing the x value of -1. So I'm increasing on the interval between negative infinity and -1. After that, I don't go up or down, I just remain constant. And I remain constant between the interval, and I'm writing the x values, between -1 and 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from there, I'm going down, 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 down forever. And so this interval, I start decreasing where x is 4, and I decrease all the way to infinity as x moves to the right. All right, let's do some more examples of this. Hopefully you're recalling this from what we did a lot last year. So let's look at our instructions here. We're going to give the intervals on which each function increases or decreases. All right, so let's look at number 5. Number 5, remember we start from left to right, reading the graph. I'm going down, 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 down. So I am decreasing. This is a decreasing. This is an interval in which I'm decreasing. And I'm going to write the x values. So I'm decreasing between the x value of negative infinity, because I'm moving to the left forever, and this x value here, which is 1, 2, 3. So my graph is decreasing between negative infinity and 3. After that, I'm increasing for the rest of the graph. So I start increasing at the x value -3, and I increase all the way to where x is infinity. All right, on number 6, I'm going to start left to right. So left to right, it looks like I am decreasing. Looks like I start decreasing from negative infinity all the way up into this asymptote. Notice here we have an asymptote that my graph is getting really close to, and I'm going to note the x value of that asymptote, which is -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, after my asymptote, I'm here, and I continue to decrease. So my other decreasing starts at -5, that's the asymptote, all the way to infinity. And there's actually no increasing interval on this graph. All right, let's look at number 7. So I'm going from left to right. As I go from left to right, it looks like I'm increasing, increasing, increasing forever. So my increasing interval is going to be the entire domain between negative infinity and positive infinity. And that means there are no decreasing intervals. Let's look at number 8. Okay, so number 8, I start from left to right, going down, 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 down to here. So I start at, this is a decreasing interval, starting from x is negative infinity to the x value of 0. And then I'm going to be increasing between 0 and, this isn't an exact point. You have to put, wait, let me show you which point I'm talking about. This is not an exact point. You would have to put this into Desmos, and then you could see what it was. I did do that, so I'm just going to tell you that's the point 2.67. That's the x value of that point. And then from there, I'm decreasing for the rest of the graph. So starting at 2.67 to infinity, I am also decreasing. So notice, increasing and decreasing intervals, you could have 0, you could have none, you could have 1, or you could have more than 1. All right, let's look at number 9. Starting from left to right, I'm going down, 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 decreasing to this point here. So I'm decreasing between the x values of negative infinity. Again, this point, you'd have to put this into Desmos to see exactly what it is. I did that. That is the point negative 1.84. That's the x value of that point. After that, I'm increasing, 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 increasing to here. So that means I'm increasing between negative 1.84 and it looks like that's the x value 0. After that, decreasing again for just a little bit. Then I have another point here. So this decreasing interval begins at 0 and it goes to, okay, that x value is about 1.09. And then from there, I go up, increasing for the rest of the graph. So I start at 1.09 and I go to infinity. Okay, finally, number 10. Start from left to right. I'm increasing at the beginning. So I'm starting from negative infinity and I'm going to this point here, which is, if you put this in a graphing calculator, that should give you the x value of negative 1.10. And then I'm decreasing. Remember, this is a point of inflection here, but my graph isn't actually changing direction. So I continually decrease, so I don't have to actually worry about that. Even though I'm changing shape, I'm not changing direction. I continue to go down to this point here. And so I'm decreasing between negative 1.10 and that point is positive 1.10. And then after that, I increase for the rest of the graph. So from 1.10 to infinity. So the important thing to remember for increasing and decreasing behavior, you're reading the y values from left to right, but you're writing down the intervals in terms of the x values.